Hi, you guys. That just felt so fake. I'm sorry. I never really know how to start off a video in the beginning. Like, it feels really disingenuous. This lighting is like way too bright. I'm blinded. Oh my lord. So it always felt... I'm still blinded. I'm ready to make this video. Finally. I wanted to upload this video like an hour ago, but like I noticed a psoriasis patch on my forehead and I was like, I really need to take care of that fast. And as I was putting makeup over it, then I was like, oh, why don't I do my eyeliner? Why don't I do my mascara? Why don't I put some lipstick on? And now my lips look really funny, actually. Like, you can't even see my top lip when I smile. But no, for real, like, I wasted a lot of time. But as I was doing my makeup, I kept thinking of points that I wanted to make regarding Joy Sparkle BS, aka Katie Marie Smith. And frankly, if that is her real name, so what? Like, my name on here on YouTube is Celeste Who Knows. And while Celeste may be my middle name, Who Knows is obviously not my last name. I don't really see why that's a problem. I mean, when we get on here, I mean, all YouTubers have different agendas. Some of us are impulsive like me, or we just feel like we have to, like, just vent or something. And, like, it's not about revealing who we are and becoming some celebrity icon. It's more about our content. And if our content and our message is more important than us being, like, famous or something, we're not going to care as much about our identity. And so the fact that she has an alias, like, I mean, did people really think Sparkle was her last name? I mean, yeah, Joy could have been her first name, but really, is that an issue? Like, since, I mean, there are so many celebrities, even authors, people who are behind the scenes famous, and they go by different names. That's not really that doesn't make her some deceptive person. Okay, so I have a serious memory issue. Like, for real. Like, everybody says, oh, my memory is terrible. No, mine, like, my husband is, like, helps me all day. Like, I'm a baby when it comes to remembering things. So, but he's at work right now. Yeah. So, I put stuff in my laptop while I was doing my makeup. Like, oh, yeah. And I think of little tidbits about Joy or Katie, whatever. I'm going to call her Joy because that's what she wants to be known by. That I felt were relevant to my point. Okay, one, and I don't have it in any order, okay. Leaving the hospital, I put, okay, so I have little cliff notes. I put leaving the hospital. I put, okay, so, sorry. When she discusses how she was in the hospital for a few days, she starts tearing up. Her face gets puffy. Like, she has all of the features and mannerisms that a person has when they have sincere sadness and tears. All depressing things come out of her when she talks about how she had to leave the hospital. And I can relate to that. I can relate to having absolutely no one, no aunt, uncle, sister, brother, cousin, sibling, parent, nothing. And when you've had to go to the hospital, you have these nurses, and I understand it's like training and it's like they do this with everyone, but you have this like feeling of like, wow, someone's like caring about me. They're taking care of me. They care if I'm hurt. And again, even if for them it's for their paycheck, they're still taking care of you. So you're on the receiving end of this love, whatever. It feels loving. And when you have to go home and you have been abandoned all your life, you feel like you're being tossed around again. It's like, oh no, to my home, if you can even call it that. And it's really sad. And she starts tearing up and choking up when she talks about that. That's not fake. The other thing, I put receipts proved, okay. Somebody she's been on YouNow with quite a bit. I don't know his real name. I don't even really know his YouNow name, but I don't really keep up with any of that. But he proved, okay, for those of you who think she's some scammer, which I honestly just find crazy, the evidence. Some people will just seek things that aren't there, okay? They see somebody who's very outspoken and nice and puts herself in vulnerable positions and wants to hand out money to people and is just very uplifting to other, like very empathetic. She's an empath. I see Joy as an empath. And they just have to, like, they just can't believe that somebody's that nice. So they seek agendas that aren't really there. That's just how they live. It's really toxic. But he was able to prove that during the, like, Onision debate thing that she hosted on YouTube where he never showed up, she did take all the proceeds. She had all the receipts proved that she took the proceeds to charity, and then she even put in her own money toward it also. So that was proven. Okay, scammers don't do that. Scammers don't do that. Not even wealthy scammers. So then I also put, this is just my own speculation. I could be completely wrong. But based on what I see of Joy, based on how she's so psychologically aware of herself and other people and patterns in people's behaviors, bad patterns like narcissism, I think, and also the fact that she, it sounds like, has been abandoned by her family, I feel like she was raised by a narcissist, whether it was both parents or one parent. I feel like she was raised as that, and that's why she's an empath. And I feel like that's why people are always like, well, why is she so hell-bent on talking about Onision? Well, he is like textbook narcissist. Like, he really is. I'm like Joy in this way. I don't think he's like some evil sociopath, but I do feel like he is narcissistic. And when you've been raised by a narcissist, when you see another one and you see them with an audience, you see them as some sort of idol, you just want to call them out because it's almost triggering and you don't even realize it is. And I'm not a fan of the whole trigger word, by the way. I feel like people use it too much and they abuse it, but I feel like that's why she wants to call him out so much, because as an empath, she recognizes narcissism in its fullest degree. Okay, so Jamie Leigh Fischer, she has made videos on Joy Sparkle before, I think 2 or 3 times, and they're always negative, and I get that, you know, I don't think she's an evil person. Just like with Onision, I don't think she's a sociopath, but I do feel like she likes drama. She reminds me of like the girls in school I wanted to be friends with, but I would always kind of keep my distance because I knew that like whatever I said was going to be misconstrued or repeated, or so yeah, she's one of those people to me. She in the video decided to try to call out Joy Sparkle for some alleged fraudulence, for some alleged scamming and all this, and in it, she shows this conversation where Joy had mentioned like a cult and goes on to talk about planet Nibiru or Nibiru. I'm not sure what the enunciation is. But everybody knows that that whole planet ordeal thing was a hoax. Like, that's comical. Like, even your diehard conspiracy theorists who seriously think that everything is a conspiracy, they would talk about right now, if I just did this, that I'm part of the Illuminati, okay, because of some triangle. Even those people would admit that this whole planet Nibiru thing is a hoax. Like, that's like, everybody knows that. So when Joy brought that up in the conversation, it is so blatantly obvious she's joking, okay? Plus, she's a smart girl. Like, I thought it was really funny what she was saying. Like, it was witty. It was funny. So the fact that people think she's like mental because like she somehow meant that is crazy. Like, to me, that says more about the people who think she's serious. Okay, so I put on here, I've been accused. Okay, the reason that I felt compelled to make a video about this is because I have been accused of certain things like this. Now, I've never come out and asked for money, just like with Joy. I've never been like, hey, bring me money. Nobody's ever given me money online. For the record, nobody ever in my life has given me money. Never. And she and I was accused 2 years ago, and I actually deactivated my Facebook after this for a year almost, because I couldn't believe what was being said. Like, I'm the type of person that when I get falsely accused of something, I'm so upset about it that even if like, in my heart, I do believe the truth prevails. But like, if I'm falsely accused of something by somebody I thought was a friend, which that happened to be the situation. Basically, this girl, her name's Grace Tellini. You can Facebook her, whatever, I don't care. Well, no, please don't, please don't. She was going around saying that guys are giving me money on Facebook. So I reposted what she was telling people, and it's funny too because she got mad at people for telling me. Like, if it was so true, why would she care that they told me? And all these people she was accusing of giving me money came out and even said that was a lie, that I don't even respond to their messages. Like, these guys were like, not only have I never given Rachel, that's my real name, okay. Not only have I never given Rachel money, but she doesn't even respond to my messages. But I was still just so upset about it that I completely deactivated my Facebook. So I'm sorry, I'm like, did not mean to revert this video back to me, but I guess like I can really empathize. Like, it feels like a moral obligation to defend Joy in this situation because of how upsetting it was for me to be falsely accused of that stuff when I am a very, very charitable person. I've been through so much lately in terms of like homelessness and things like that, that I don't even tell people about it because one, I don't think they believe me. I think they do the same thing they do to Joy. And two, it's just too upsetting. It's just too upsetting. So then I put, we're just bags of, oh, I really appreciate how Joy always brings up like anatomical facts or scientific facts whenever she discusses things. Like when she discusses Onision, she brings up how we're just like, how we shouldn't insult Onision's appearance. Part of her reasoning is that, you know, we're just a bunch of bags of water anyway, and like our appearance, you know, that is just that. And she goes on to explain things in a very, I need some water, sorry, logical way. And I really appreciate that about her. And usually people who think along those lines are not scam artists. They're very just matter of fact. And yeah, I mean, I love that about her. I really don't, I guess that really wasn't relevant to any of this, but I mean, she's right. Like, she's right about the appearance thing. We could be disfigured in a car accident, permanently unrecognizable in an instant. And so like when Onision insults her for her appearance, that's just like, okay, like we can't really control. Anyway, I said that she defends people. Right, okay, so when she was on You Now, people like her fans, I'm guessing they were her fans, were like attacking Onision, they were attacking other people, and she immediately, like without any hesitation, defends everyone. Like if somebody wants to attack someone for anything other than the wrong that they're doing, she will come out and defend them. Even if they're an enemy of hers, or even if she doesn't see eye to eye, she's got that much integrity that she defends people. And that is a good person. She doesn't have to do that. True scam artists and true bullies, true manipulators couldn't care less about defending people. If it doesn't give them it doesn't benefit her to defend people who degrade her. But she still does it because she's not a bully. And because she is at the receiving end of bullying, I've noticed. And I think that's because she's a very outspoken, intelligent girl. And I think she's misunderstood a lot. Because she is just very zoomed in. Like, you know how on a video game, like if you're on a racing game, you can zoom out. You can like see your car from far away, or you can zoom all the way in. She reminds me of like when you're zoomed all the way in. So she's just a very go, 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 go person. And I am that exact same way. And it's like, that probably makes absolutely no sense. But I'm saying that we don't think much before we do. We're just very raw. And in a lot of ways, it's very good. But in a lot of other ways, it gets us in situations we really shouldn't be in. Okay, so I hope that probably just made absolutely no sense to you, but maybe it did. Okay, so I said that she only lifts everyone up, and that is true. She only wants to lift everyone up. Really, nobody can deny that. And you might be saying, well, what about all these hater videos and blah, 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 blah. Again, if you're raised by a narcissist, and I'm sorry, but if her parents abandon her, then they are narcissistic, okay? They're selfish people, period, okay? Forget psychological diagnoses or whatever. The fact that they don't care to be in her life at all, and she's not some harmful person, makes them a selfish person. I see that as a narcissist, and I feel like that's why she always wants to lift everybody up. And I feel like in her videos about Onision, that's why she always calls out his narcissism, because like I said, when you've lived with it, you're like, bam, oh my gosh, like, because they have a lot of these like same traits and patterns that are just like uncanny. So I put received, proved guilty. Okay, I already brought that up. She'd be going out of her way to, if she was truly a scam artist, she would be going out of her way to respond to all the people offering her stuff and kiss their butts. She would be kissing people's butts. I've seen scam artists and they kiss butt. They don't ignore people. Another thing I said too is that if she had some agenda, some monetary agenda, she would be uploading videos every single day, even if it was a 3-minute nothing. Just knowing that she's got a lot of subscribers now, she would be uploading videos like crazy, but she doesn't, because that's not her motive. And actions speak louder than words. Y'all can speculate all you want, but the proof's in the pudding. If she, oh God, why did I just say that phrase? If she truly had a monetary agenda, she would be uploading videos every day and pretending like she cared about the topic she was discussing. She doesn't do that. I said she wants to reassure her audience that she's not suicidal. And that is not a scamming type personality. Like, Onision has led people on to thinking that he might kill himself, okay? And I feel like that's a really cruel thing to do if you're not actually going to do it. Maybe at the time he did feel like he was going to, so I'm not going to pretend like I was in his head, okay? But Joy, when she alludes to being really sad and she doesn't see the point of life, and I can relate to that also, but she makes sure to reassure you that she is not suicidal. She doesn't want you to worry about her in that way. And I think that is, again, not symptomatic of a scammer. Somebody who wants you to not worry about them. Scammers want you to worry about them. Look at these GoFundMe pages. They want you to think. Anyway. Okay, so I can't really think of anything else to add. Oh, and that's another reason I took a minute to upload this video. Was I was filming and I was like, and I realized I like hadn't shaved my armpits in weeks, and it was embarrassing. So, hold on, I'm gonna get to some better lighting. Thank you for watching, and sorry this is all over the place. I actually have to get my kids really, really soon, and I'm gonna change out of this dress because I don't want to show up at their school in this. I normally don't wear eyeliner on my top lid either, so it feels kind of weird. I normally just put eyeliner on the bottom, not the top. I feel kind of like a raccoon. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.